Hi beautiful people, it's your lovely girl Layo in the house, and I'm welcoming you guys to season 2 of Teens Perspective. And I have Christabel with me, I have Wendy with me. So on today's topic, guys, we're discussing sexual activities. Sexual activities, don't get it twisted, yeah? Just calm down, just keep it cool, yeah? So sexual activities is wild, yeah? And it's very, very wide. It is wild and it is wide. In the sense that you need to know what your child is involved with. If your child has started having sex or your child has not started having sex. Now, if you need to know if your child has started having sex, how do you go about it? In fact, if you don't want your child to involve in that activity at a very early stage, how do you go about it? Do you just sit your teenager down and then you ask them, have you started having sex? Have you started doing this? Have you started doing that? How do you go about it? So now we want their own opinion about this topic. How do you want your parents to talk to you about sexual activities? Is it okay if they sit you down and they're like, my darling, have you started having sex? Or they just come at you in a way that is like, okay, then you start to feel somehow, okay, what is my mommy talking about? What is my daddy talking about? And then in a family, who would you prefer? That is 2 questions now. The second question, who would you prefer come to you to come and have that conversation with you? Would you like it to be your dad? Would you like it to be your mom? Okay, you guys are laughing already. Who would you guys prefer? So the first question is, how you want your parents to actually talk to you, how you want that issue to be addressed. Then the second one is, which of your parents would you like to have that conversation with you? I would like to start with Christabel on this one. So,
first things first, I would not like any of my parents to ask me that question. I want to start there. Like, don't ask me. Like, our relationship will be weird from then on. But for me, I feel like I'll be comfortable if you started that from an early age.
okay.
Which I appreciate that my mom did. My mom actually started talking about, because she believes in actually talking about sex early. And things were not this bad then. Just that now that things are this bad. So, but I really believe that anybody that would have wanted to, tell me about sex or talk to me about sex, obviously be my mom. Because I and my dad, we have a relationship. So, but it's just there. But I and my mom, like, I wouldn't say that my mom have something so strong as well, but yeah, she has been very supportive, and also she tells you everything. My mom is like, oh, no matter what happens, come home. I'm not going to pursue you, I'm not going to send you away, but you will carry me home and I call on your head. But definitely I'll be with you. So, but she would always tell me from the beginning, however it is, that's what I always advise. Say it the way it is, because that's the way I was trained. My mom always told me everything, like, but she just knew the age, how to take it as I grew, as my knowledge grew, because you don't just bombard a child with something like that because it's something so serious. So she always took it step by step as I could understand or comprehend it. I don't think I've ever been curious, maybe because I've been always too busy with one thing or the other to be curious about what sex actually feels like. So that's the thing with this. I'll just say my mom did, but it was something that was continuous and it was over time, which is good, because you're not so pushing on the person, or you're not going to catch the person off guard or anything like that, because it's something that is continuous process. And she always tell you, say the way it is. If you want to say your vagina, you say it, because she doesn't want to say your teen. Most people say your teen, and then it's a terrible thing.
It's very terrible.
Because I remember a particular case that happened in court, and a particular young girl was raped, and she couldn't say my private part. The person tampered with my private part, so the case was closed, because judges in the court, they don't know what is thing. It's very good to say it the way it is, but in a way that the child would understand it, and you don't push the child to actually be so curious to go and know or to go and do it. Something within that.
All right, thank you so much, Christabel. Thank you. So, Wendy, who would you like to have the conversation with you? And then how would you like the conversation to go?
To me? No, nobody.
Nobody as well.
Exactly.
First of all, I would say due to my personality and due to to many things that happened that I don't think I want to talk about.
No problem.
But nobody will want to. In my family, nobody will want to come talk to me about that. But I would say my immediate elder sister.
Okay.
We don't have sexual relationship conversations, but we have relationship conversations. So we already know that is where in whatever relationship you end up in, no sex, right? No sex, PCG. But I don't have a close relationship with my dad. I don't have a close relationship with my mommy. I have a close relationship with my dad, but not
that deep to talk about sexual stuff.
So if I want anyone to come and talk to me, they will not come.
They won't, yeah.
No, but truly, I know my parents will not come.
I feel my mom would not come because right from when I was small, she would tell me, Isabel, face your book and leave the boy. Face your book. So it's already stick to my head that Isabel, face your book and leave
All right,
the boy.
that takes me to this particular movie. That's Bridgerton. You guys saw Bridgerton, yeah? And if you didn't get to see Bridgerton, okay, so I would have really loved it if we all had the same energy or the same understanding rather as regarding this movie, whereby the lady, that's the first female child of that family will have to be married to someone someday. But then you guys are seeing marriage as a thing in that society. But then the possible knowledge that was supposed to be passed to her was not passed to her as regarding sex and how she's going to like give birth. She knows that her parents gave birth to the children one way or the other, but she doesn't know how to actually bond with her husband or with the person she's actually going to get married to. But then she's expected to just go into marriage without having any foreknowledge of what marriage is about. All she just knows is that she needs to leave that house. She needs to leave her parents' house to go to another person's house. But what is going to happen then? So it became a problem for her at some point because she does not have any knowledge of what sexual education is. Now, a lady got pregnant and then there was this rumor that was spreading that, wait, how do you get pregnant?
Okay.
Yeah? How do you get pregnant? Are you pregnant? Oh, you're not bleeding. Oh, you're not this. Bridgerton is a very interesting movie. Now, my point exactly in this movie is this. Wendy said she wouldn't like to have that conversation with anybody. She wouldn't like anybody to have that conversation with her. Yeah. But do you feel like you already know everything that you need to know as regarding sex when you were?
I've always learned that I'll find out.
That you...
Okay, no, for me, I feel like, okay, let me say, I feel like I think it's a thing of choice and of the mind. If you are open to want to know about it, because eventually you will. Eventually, because they always say it's kind of a learning process, something like that. But I'm always heavy on some of us didn't have parents that would tell us things.
So I wonder how they...
But the thing is, that is why now it's not like then. There's what they call self-education. Educate yourself. That's why there is Divine TV to help you.
Thank you. That's one. Thank you. Divine TV is here to help you.
If you don't know, you should learn. Educate yourself. Watch videos. Don't limit yourself, because if you don't educate yourself, some demonic person will tell you what is not true.
Honestly.
And you'll believe it because you are ignorant. So don't be ignorant. Learn and want to know the positives and the negatives, and then you make your decision, and whatever consequence that comes with it, you live with it. That's just it.
The education does not also go to children. I feel like parents that don't really know what to tell their children, they should also get educated, so that I think the problem of most teenagers right now is that the parent left, because I don't like, there's something that some people say that, oh, if you don't train your child, the community will train the child.
Exactly.
And I don't know if the parents are not seeing the results of this, the community will change it. Because if you tell a teacher to teach a child about sex education, it's going to be very different from when a mother
is teaching that child.
Because the community is not the way it's not the way it was.
The community
has changed.
Care about you. They don't care about.
All right. Some parents, some parents don't know how to bring this topic to the table. So, like you said, that your mom was teaching you from time to time. So, talking about sex should be age appropriate. You don't think because my child is still small, I cannot have sexual education.
That's the problem we have.
Exactly. They grab it.
And they'll be able to tell, because when I was younger, when my elder sister was younger, my mom would always tell her, B is for baby. And every time she went to school and everybody was shouting B for boy, she would never say B for boy. It was always B for baby.
B for baby.
Because that's what she grew up to know. So till she grew, it was always B for baby. B is always for B for the cannot B for. So it took a while for her to understand that B can be for many other words. So that's the thing with training your child from a young age. They get to understand what you're saying, because once you see from age 1 to about 6, 7, they have the mind to accommodate a lot. Unlike when they are 15 or so to say. So, but once that child is teach that child what the child needs to know at that particular time. You don't tell the child, oh, this is how people have sex, because that's not what the child needs at that time. But you tell the child, you protect yourself in a language that he or she will understand. You can use it as a song. Because I watched a movie where they were singing, oh, strangers are bad, strangers are bad. So if you see anybody that you don't know, stranger, the person's like, and then the moment they saw a stranger, everybody started singing, stranger, stranger, stranger. And that's how they knew something was happening. So you tell your child in a way the child can understand.
Thank you so much, Christabel. Yeah. And I'm really grateful for that one. That's a beautiful one. So guys, we're going on a short break right now. And when we come back, don't you go nowhere. All right, guys, we are back. I just went to do, the 1 or 2. So, welcome back, guys. All right, so when we were in secondary school, let's say primary school or kindergarten, so there's this particular way your teachers then are meant to teach sexual education, or sex education rather, by telling those kids, don't let anybody touch you, and you don't touch any other person. You get? Now, that touch, now they're generalizing it. They won't tell us where we want people to touch and where we don't want people to touch. Now, you graduated from kindergarten to primary school. Now, there's a way they will teach you sex education again in primary school, in the sense that they will tell you, these are the tools for sex, or these are the tools. This is what. There's just a way they will teach you about sex. Then, don't have a boyfriend, or there's this particular age that the girl child will get to, that she start feeling they should notice me, or she start staring at the mirror so bad, I look beautiful. You start getting aware of yourself. Now, in kindergarten, in primary school rather, they should teach you the traditional way of having babies. Not tell you this is how to make babies. There's some children that actually want to know, mommy, how was I born? Daddy, how was I born? Now, how will you? The Lord gave it to me. You get? You're a blessing to me. Okay, mommy, where is God? God is in heaven. So how did he give you to me? How did he give me to you? Did I jump down from the sky? You get? So how will parents, they should not see sex education as something that is off limit. How will they break these things down to these children before they come of that age? Because if you're in your puberty stage, as both male and female, if you're in your puberty stage, you're in a very sensitive stage. You're growing. A whole lot of things can go the wrong way if care is not taken. So how will they break this barrier?
I feel that, like Christabel said, there are stages where you need to talk about something. But right now we know that even age 4, age 6, they're already loving. I don't know where the love is coming from. But
they're loving, but that their love is so plain that it has nothing sexual in it.
The parents need to see that, okay, this age, you should love this set of way. You should explain to them. You don't need to talk about sex to a 3-year-old. It's when you're talking about sex, you are the one even teaching her sex. So when it gets to, let's say, 12, they want to have boyfriends. So you should explain that aspect of sex education can come in so many ways. It doesn't have to be when the child gets to 18, 19. I think that's when sex intimacy needs to be taught, because now you already taught her from 3. I remember I have my elder sister has a 2-year-old. She's 3 now. When she was 2, we taught her, don't let anybody touch your bum bum. Now we're having difficulty with some things. Now when we tell her, because I always find it very difficult when I check internet and I see that some men are sleeping with 3-year-olds. So I tell her, don't let anybody touch your bum. Now we have this issue. She now, even me, that I told her, she does not allow me to touch.
That's the thing about
I have issues with my sister, my niece washing her bum bum. If I beat her and I beat her bum bum, she goes to tell her mom. That's how, and it's not. Sometimes it annoys me, but I like the fact that let's do it.
Very good.
Since you already know that nobody should. I like it. I'm so sorry, my because we're really having issues
in the world
touching
today,
her. We're really having issues washing her. It's so difficult. I'm like, I used to beat her. No, I'm me that taught her. Now I'm beating her. Open your mom, let me wash.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. That was a beautiful one.
Yeah.
All right, so Guys, I really hope you guys are enjoying this one because it's a nice discussion to be discussed. It needs to be addressed honestly. You don't have to be like scared to discuss anything sexual with your children. All you need to know is how to go about it, know when to talk about it, and know your child's strength, know your child's weakness.
Don't bring the negativity out. Make it look like it is something that she can handle it and she can go through it smoothly. There's no issue with anything at all. My mom will always teach me that it's better when boys tell you have pride, it's a good thing because they envy you. And it has worked because it's when you have pride. I say thank you so much. It's a good thing. In my mom's mind, it's a good thing. And my mom married early. So it's, to me, I don't want to marry early, but it's not stopping me from saying that, okay, because somebody says, are you not 18? Are you not supposed to get married? I'm like, really?
Are you not supposed to get married at the age of 18?
Are you not supposed to get married?
At the age of 18?
Yeah. Are you supposed to get married? And I'm looking like,
it's a choice.
I don't understand. And my mom is like, don't worry. Even though you get to at the age of 32, 33, there's no issue. Nobody is forcing you to marry any.
I mean, that's a good thing, even though there's no pressure anywhere.
There's no pressure.
It's very beautiful.
Because when you get to that marriage, now it might turn up that marriage will just be the one that's just going to end your life.
Let's take reproduction class, for example, in biology. How crazy was that class for you guys?
First of all, I would tell parents that when the child is about to get to SS1, you yourself during that holiday, please, I beg you, teach, especially when the girl has big breasts and big bum, please, because that teacher will send out you. I remember when it was not easy for me because let me just say, I don't used to feel fine. So I'm always in the sick bay, or when I'm in biology class. I actually dropped that course. I dropped it because when I was in the class, and I'm always tired, I was in pain. Then you were saying, if you haven't measured pain that day, she will look at you. You didn't measure pain, or you've done abortion.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, you're having boy, see your breast is big. See, she will use you as a instead of this cleanse she's supposed to use, she will use you
as example.
So I feel like the parents they shouldn't even care. They should just have it in the back of my head. All the teachers are brilliant. There are some children that are quite emotional. They can take it, and some boys can use the opportunity to learn.
Exactly.
That's when the boys learn how to have sex.
Exactly.
That's when they learn menstrual. They will know your
exactly. That's when they realize that okay, so as a lady, you have egg inside of you. Exactly. So all I need to do is to just fertilize this egg now, and then you are gone. That's it.
When I was in SS2, that biology class, so because there's this boy, our head boy, he used this to. He said he has a girlfriend, so she was teaching us how to know your calendar during menstrual flow, how to know when to get pregnant, when you're on a safe period. He now went to calculate when his girlfriend is on a safe period.
Okay.
So my people, oh God, oh Jesus. I see you are learning what vagina is. Your boyfriend is in his class learning your safe period, when to have sex with you without getting pregnant. So I feel like parents should be aware that this is what they teach us.
Exactly.
So they should prepare the mind of the child, prepare the mind of the girl child or the male that okay, this is what you're going to learn. Your teacher can use you to do example, but please learn what you need to learn. The ones that you don't need, just move it to the other side. Just make it quite noisy. When she talks to me about all those things, I'm just like, oh, she's Miss Johnson. That's how she always be. That's her. Because my mom has always taught me that forget it. That's her. Like that's how they will always be. Whatever people tell you, don't let it get to you. Exactly. Just learn what you want to learn.
So I picked another thing from there, meaning that while teaching your children about sex education, your center of focus should not just be on pregnancy. No. So you should teach your child how to be emotionally stable.
Exactly. Yes.
Because when you're avoiding, don't bring pregnancy home at a very early stage, and you will sell down knowledge to that child. That child will not want to get pregnant. We have contraceptives outside, we have condom outside, whereby both parties can actually protect themselves from getting pregnant. Now, what do you do about the repercussions of the unnecessary emotions that have been adjourned, that has been sentenced to that child? Now, you're having sex, after I cannot get pregnant. First breakup, you chop on. Second breakfast, you chop on. Now your body count, okay, yes, we're bringing body count into this conversation. Now your body count is increasing. Second breakfast, you chop on. Fourth one, you chop on. Fifth one, you chop on. And then you've been having sex with all those people that you've actually broken up with. Yes? You have sex with every one of them. Now, how do you start from when you cannot even heal emotionally, because you want to forget this one, you jump to the other one. You want to forget this one, you jump to the other one. You keep jumping. So you tell yourself to high jumper. Then you could not now recover from everything that you've been through. Then you realize that, okay, I've actually, like, while I was just a teenager, I've slept about 15 guys. I've done with about this one. Now, there's no how you can actually call yourself back. You've already overdone yourself because you know the quickest way to it. So I feel like while talking about sex education, pregnancy should not be the only thing parents should be trying to avoid. It should be saving their children's emotional, their children's emotions, how they feel.
That will not tell me that the first thing you think about when you do those things is the fear of your parents. And I feel that the fear of your parents is what brings you those emotional. Sometimes when I want to do something, I think about my daddy. Pastor child. If my father finds, I just just respect yourself.
Don't do nothing.
Don't just do nothing.
Don't do nothing. Don't cross that bridge you're about to cross.
Because I feel like I'm so grateful to be the last born. And I'm so grateful that I'm not the last born of 1 year difference. I'm not on a 6 year difference, 7 years difference, 8 year difference. So they've lived those lives. And when I look at them, it's my brother way, pure. I don't follow. This is my sister way. It's pure. It's like, this idea of relationship. No. Oh yeah, we follow. So I feel like sometimes when you look at people, what do you envy in them? You should, because those things you will not see when you enter this relationship thing. Love will blind you. But honestly, I'm so funny how this love thing used to come inside me.
So we'll talk about love thing when we'll come back from this break. Yeah, let's just go on break. I'm pretty sure you guys are enjoying this one because I'm also having. See, Wendy and Christabel actually taking me. They are carrying me trabaye. I'm going to where I don't even know. But this is a very interesting and a must talk something for us. So guys, we're going on a short break right now. Don't go nowhere. Stay with us. Welcome back, guys. If you're just joining us, you're on Teens Perspective with Layo, and I have my awesome guest with me. I have Christabel and I have Wendy. Yup. All right, guys. So before we go on that break here, Wendy was saying something about love. When love have entered you very, very well. And we're still going to talk about that love. You don't go through it again. He said love is blind. But at the age of 18, it is okay to build. That is the age you get to build yourself to become whatever it is you want to become emotionally. Yes. And we have some nasty people out there who are actually waiting to like wreck the perfect somebody that you are, that they are ready to wreck you. You think you're mentally stable. Okay, go outside. Especially when you're in Lagos. You meet Dagboro, you meet Sunday, you meet them in different people. Dagboro Sunday is one person, but you meet them in different people. All right, guys, so we want to listen to Wendy on how love will actually make you, go gaga. All right.
Okay, my first advice, or my only advice I'll give to you, or to myself too, to everybody that is that set your goals. Set what if it's a relationship you say is your goal. But what's more important to you? Would you sacrifice your life? Would you sacrifice the trust and the pride your parents have for you just because somebody's demanding for sex?
Exactly.
Would you sacrifice your goals and your dream you want to accomplish just because you are earning? Some people always say, oh, it's difficult to defeat earning. It is not difficult to defeat anything. It's because your mind is there. As far as your mind is there, that's the only thing that it's only woman that you see. If it's Nyash that you watch on your phone. Actually, I've done this. I set some goals last year to always any post that I see that has boom, I will just delete it because I feel like what I wake up to see every morning is what my mind is going to be thinking about. So I feel like first of all, your friends. If your friends keep talking about love, you will not think about anything again. Sometimes I feel so sad when I see people fighting about over boyfriend. I look like the same boys. All
right, thank you.
You're fighting for.
Thank you so much, Wendy. All right, Christabel, what do you have to say about love making you blind and then you might lose your focus?
First thing, I'd like to say that I don't always like putting pressure on young people. I won't tell you that. Oh, it's because think of your parents, think of your family, think of that, but think of yourself.
Think of yourself.
That's the most important thing. Like, I don't like it sometimes when people always make it about what your parents think.
What about what you think exactly?
Or what you want.
Or what you want.
I agree to not let anybody pressure you. Yes, that's most important. If you don't feel like it, that thing that you are having that is contradicting in your spirit, it means you don't want to do it. So but But once you now do it when you don't want to do it, that's pressure. You gave into the pressure to do that thing, which is not right. So I will tell you, think about yourself, think about the goals, think about the life that you want to live. And some people don't even know the life that they want to live because they were never, given, or they were never trained or anything like that. But I tell you that there are people that didn't have parents and like they're
doing well.
They're doing very well, alright? They watch Divine TV, that's why they're watch Divine TV.
Okay, so after this round, I think we're going to have to like make Christabel an ambassador for Divine TV because our constant the constant
because it's not only
emphasis on
adults too should also watch.
They should watch and learn.
What we want to hear.
Sometimes, and I feel like parents should watch what their teenagers watch.
Exactly.
Sometimes just take out time to watch it. There was a time where there's this movie I watched. Do you know this movie, Fatherhood?
No.
Where
Yes.
the child, the parents, he allows his child to watch a particular movie, and then he went to a parent women gathering for pregnant women and delivery women. Then they were talking about the movie, and then the woman was explaining, or the girl was explaining to him what the cartoon is all about. Deep down, what the cartoon was about sex. And then he was looking.
That's Kevin Hart.
When he went back with his child to watch the movie, he sat down and was saying, "No, you
you
can't
can't watch this. You can't watch
So
this."
I feel like sometimes you should really watch what your children are watching. You should take time to see what they are watching because, God, if you watch some cartoons, anime, don't say because anime is an animation. You should allow your children
watch them.
No, but they're actually fun.
They're actually.
And we have the ones that are fun, and we have the
But
ones that are actually
your child might
hating bad attitudes in those
and
children.
rebels. Maybe there's some rebel children that
See, I was even going to come to that one. See, she's already stealing this thing. See, seriously, see, parents, it is understandable that you people are scared to actually talk about these things at some particular age with your children. But here's the deal. Some of these children, they are that hate to want to like rebel. What? See, it is what I know that I know. I'm that. In fact, this rebellious attitude starts from school, whereby your teacher wants to flog you, but because your girlfriend is sitting down, watching you, be like, "No, I'm a big boy. I can't cry." Even when a cane is entering your butt, that is paining you, you want to fall. In fact, some of you are ready to like take the fall for your girlfriend or your crush. Then there's some certain things that are actually happening at home, Then you've seen your parents for who they are. These people they are not God, they are human beings like you. They just happen to grow up before you. They happen to be in this world before you. So these people have done things, and they are not perfect. Nobody has lived this world twice. We've not. So this is our first time. But some of you have seen them for who they are, and you see it as an opportunity to like, you want to rebel. Okay, after all, my mom is doing this. After all, my mom is doing that. But the interesting part is everybody has their own life to live. So please, regardless of whatever it is you're seeing or whatever it is people are doing around you, don't let them just impose whatever on you. Your friends might want you to have sex. Your friends might be going outside to have sex. There's some people that will tell you, okay, I have an appointment with my boyfriend. And you say, oh my God, I don't have a boyfriend. I don't do this, I don't do that. Hello?
Pressure is getting worse.
Hello? Don't allow this pressure. Don't like it to be worse than anything. Don't even let it near your dwelling. Because my Bible says, thousands shall fall right thee, 10,000 shall fall at thy side. It shall not come near thee, only with thy hands shall thy behold. And you see the reward of the wicked. If you're patient, you see the reward of the wicked. You see them, they'll start getting pregnant. Yes, you see them, they'll start losing weight. You see them, they'll start. You see them more, honestly. They will not be. You see. Honestly, in everything you do, I think it's okay to run to your money. Don't shit. That means remember where you're coming from. Always look back. Oh, my mom is like this. My parents are like this. This is how that house, the house that I left there, this is how it is. Me, I cannot do what Wendy is doing. I cannot do what Christabel is doing.
If you've even done anything that you're not proud of, it's okay to come.
You can always come by. Just come around.
Don't feel bad or don't feel like you're a terrible person. You are not the demon and the devil. You can still change. There's still hope for you. And then you can watch Divine TV to educate yourself.
Thank you so much, guys, for staying with us in this one. I really hope you guys enjoy this particular one. This is our second season, and I'm really hoping for more viewers on this show. Thank you so much for staying with us. All right, guys, I remain your lovely host, Layo, and I have my beautiful guest with me, Christabel, the troublesome one, and then we have Wendy, the fluent, troublesome second person. Thank you so much. That's it. Nothing. You guys are doing nothing.
We love you,
I love you guys too. I love you guys too. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.